and they did forever. And it was really, like, I even contained myself in fanning out on them, because I'm a super fan of that band.
Yeah, me too.
And they were just into this one talk.
And they talked a long time.
Yeah.
They did.
The M83 one was like sprung on me, and I was like, God, I don't even remember the name of your record. Like, I just remember that video, and you're a lot smaller than I thought. Like, I'm just like, you're tan.
Okay, for recording.
Okay. Okay. I'm DJ Sharlese, and I'm with John Vanderslice. How are you?
I'm doing great. Am I in a position that makes sense for this interview? Am I too reclined right now?
No.
All right, cool.
Please.
It feels good back here, man.
I will even sit back a little bit. I know what's making you feel good. It's the air conditioning and a couch at an outside festival.
Yes.
Yeah, like.
We're sheltered from all the energy
right
out there.
And submarines are playing in the background.
Yeah.
It's like perfect, you know, outside festival environment.
Absolutely.
A little escape, you know.
Yeah.
So you just played.
Yeah.
I got denied side stage.
Why?
Because I didn't have the right pass, and we had this one.
They have some weird rules about passes.
Yeah.
Man. People are getting pissed about that. So.
Oh, I got a little mad. I yelled a little bit, and a lady heard me, and that's why I got this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got it sorted out.
Yeah, but it was, I wanted to be like, don't deny me side stage of John Vanderslice. Do you know who I am? But then that wouldn't have worked out.
It usually doesn't, that's not the road to go down.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So, Romanian Candle, when does that come out?
It's out now, and it's called Romanian Names, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine, because you've done
Why did I say,
because
you know what?
Roman
I think
Candle.
it's because I want a, well, I thought of Roman Candle.
Yeah, and we saw them last night, so you're exempt from that. But it came out last week.
Wait,
we saw Roman candles last night.
Oh, you did?
People holding up in a yard and shooting Roman candles. It was kind of, and it's like, it's relatively like, you know, dry around here. It's probably like fire danger extreme. These guys are just like rocking Roman candles on the front.
Roman candles are kind of a magnificent thing to hold and watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, when it shoots out, the blast shoot out, it's, you get a little bit of a thrill. It's like maybe a hand, you know, like a handheld, you know.
It's kind of like
ground to air missile or whatever, you know.
Oh, it's satisfying when it comes out.
Absolutely.
Balls of color.
It came out in Balls of Color. It came out last week on Dead Oceans.
It did.
So my record's out, and I'm now in just like touring mode and payoff mode. This is the easiest part. This is the most fun part.
I swear, listening to a John Vanderslice record to me is like, all I can say is, I love him.
That's awesome.
I love this.
Well,
I think I hang on your words and your voice. Last night I was hanging on Morrissey. Like, just hanging on his voice. Do you have people who you hang on their voice?
Oh yeah, Morrissey would definitely be one of them. I mean, all the early Bowie stuff is what changed my life. So it's like Bowie's voice was like my favorite. And
just the rich lyrics and so personal.
The inflections, the scanning. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's cool. Yeah. I got you to fan out on somebody else while I fanned out on you.
That works.
So you have Fetal written on your hand.
Oh yeah, because I had to like dedicate this song, Fetal Horses, to two people that came to the CD signing down at the Easy Street booth.
They got you to.
And so they made me like really make sure that I like, you know, broadcasted in large block, a Sharpie, you know.
Did you let them write it?
I actually wrote it, and I'm embarrassed that that's my handwriting.
I was gonna say that maybe that's your favorite song on the record.
Well, I actually will say this, that I don't really enjoy playing it live because it's actually very hard to play live. There's some songs that just play themselves. They just like, it's almost like you're listening to a stereo when you're up there playing them. It just works. And other songs they're really difficult to nail live. And I would say that for me is a very difficult. I love the song, but it's hard for me to play live.
I've always wanted to ask you about what is your favorite instrument? Because you use so many different instruments in your music. I will tell you that one of my favorite instruments on one of your records is a Wurlitzer.
Yeah, absolutely. Wurlitzer's all over the place.
From that.
Absolutely. For me, it's piano. I think like grand piano because it's one of the most complicated harmonically. It's really very rich, and it's really mid-range. It just kind of sits underneath vocals, and you can add it on anything. You can add it on the most distorted Am I allowed to cuss?
Yes.
To like the most distorted, kind of fucked up sounding music, and it will work. And then you can add it onto, stuff that has woods and brass and strings on it, and it works. I mean, it's so flexible. You could also treat it, you can distort it, you can put weird effects, delays, courses, you can do anything to it and it still works. I don't know anything and it's organic. It's a real instrument that's played with hammers and it creates real sound, which is like the best thing to have on the record.
Another question I have is the art for your albums. How do you choose the artists? Like, they're all really different.
They're all different, and we had a rule that we would only do one artist and then move on. Like, we wouldn't have people do multiple records just because it kept us kind of looking at people. So we've had Sam Trout, we've had Aesthetic Apparatus in Minneapolis, St. Paul, who were fantastic, do Celador. We had Joe Williams do Pixel. We had, I did the last record, so I took the photos. I didn't put the album together, but we decided, I have like 10,000, 11,000 photos, so like we thought, why not use some of this like free content that we have, So, but I'll never do another album cover again for me, because that's it.
So you did this one?
I did this one. Those are all my photos on it.
So, you take a lot of photos.
I do. I take a lot of photos.
You took some of me on Friday.
Yeah.
I was very honored that you did that.
Yeah, you'll show up in a slideshow on my website.
Ooh.
I have thousands of photos on my website.
So, do you have shows anywhere, or in San Francisco? Because that's where you live, right?
I do live in San Francisco, and I really want to keep photography out of any kind of commercial or any kind of. No one wants me to. I'm not like pretending that people want me to put on a show, but I have been asked to be part of gallery shows, and for me, I want to keep it pure, like music was when I was a young guy with a 4-track in my room making music for myself. I want to keep photography I want to keep it pure and completely shielded from any kind of expectations or commerce or deadlines. I need a hobby, so I want to keep it as a hobby. And music is not, music is, I wouldn't say it's contaminated, but it is. It's not. I have no complaints at all. But once you start looking at day sheets and there's everything scheduled and people give you their opinions all the time, and at some point you're like, wow, man, like I remember like smoking pot and recording on my own when I was 15 years old, and I don't know if I ever got that feeling again, And I've had different feelings that have been as profound or maybe more profound, but I want to keep it pure. That's a long answer for a small little question.
Well, it was necessary to hear. I did ask, so I wanted to know.
You did, absolutely.
Yeah. So another question I had recently, you went on a tour with the Mountain Goats.
Yes.
And it has a name. It was...
Gone Primitive.
Yeah.
And then it had like a paragraph about like why we were primitive or something, and I don't remember, but it was beautiful. It was Darnio prose. It was fantastic, and the whole idea with that was that we were like cavemen. We were back to the basic tools of a club. Like it was 2 acoustic guitars. That's it. No amplifiers, no pedals, no tuners. It was just like that was it. And we played a set each, and then we did a joint set every night, and it was definitely. I think it's an extremely easy tour to do. You're in a minivan. We were in a Toyota Sienna, highly recommended vehicle to drive around, and loved it. And it just wasn't a drag. And touring can be a drag. We have a van with a trailer and 6 people, and I love my bandmates. Man, I mean, they're funny. I really want to hang out with them. I look for them. We have a date right after this. I'm going to go meet them for dinner, and I'll be bummed if one person's missing. But there's a lot of gear, there's a lot of moving around, there's a lot of van calls, and there's a lot of alarms and text messages, and there's something about that elegance of that Gone Primitive tour that I'll hold on to for a long time.
So, is there anyone that you haven't gone on tour with that you want to?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just talking to of Montreal because I'm going to be in their stage show. I'm going to be one of the Frozen people on stage, and that, I mean, I would love to open up for of Montreal any day of the week. I mean, they're one of my heroes. I mean, there's a lot of bands that I would love to open up for. I mean, there's almost not a short. I mean, I could probably name 20 bands that I would love to share a stage with. I mean, it's the people that you're fans with.
Yeah.
And the bands that we want to have open for us, we usually go after them pretty aggressively. You know, so we, like on the next tour we have the Tallest Man on Earth.
Cool.
And right now on this leg we have the Morning Benders, who are also playing Sasquatch, who are fantastic. They're from Berkeley. So we have them on tour up until we get Tallest Man on Earth. So yeah, I mean, I think that the bands that you tour with on either side I think it's an important part of the show.
How much do you tour a year? I feel like you
Probably
tour a lot.
This year will probably be 5 months. So this year, maybe next year it'll be 5 months.
How does your family feel? Because if all of us react, if all of us, if all the people I've talked to about you are, I feel like we probably fight about how much we love you.
That's cool.
So
That's great to hear.
your family probably loves you way more than we could ever match.
My wife was actually like, she was kind of depressed today because she had she has a day off, and like she had something with her friend that got canceled, and I felt really bad that I wasn't there to hang out with her. Like on Sunday we would go hiking. We go to the farmer's market on Saturday and stay home, and on Sunday we would, like, unless we have to do something else, we would always go hiking. So we would go, like, we'd just go down like the Skyline Boulevard and go hiking in like San Mateo County or Marin or Point Reyes. I mean, Bay Area is ridiculous for this stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous up here. So I feel, there's often, it's kind of agonizing sometimes, but that's, other days it's not agonizing. It seems like you're supposed to be apart, and that's it's a wonderful thing for a relationship to be healthy, for two people to go out off and do their thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to me.
Thank you so much. And I'll see, will you be watching up Montreal tonight, or are you still going to be interviewing?
This part has to be cut off. I might be one of the dancers too.
If that's, man, let's stand right. If that's true, let's do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna meet right there. Let's be together and let's stand close. Because I'm gonna take my cues from you.
I will, but you know who's gonna touch us?
Who?
David Barnes.
That's awesome.
You know that line in Montreal song? He's like, "I wish David was here. Don't you pick up my heart? Don't you pick up?"
Oh yeah, that's what.
David.
Oh
He's gonna move us. I mean, I hope
he does all the artwork and everything.
He does all the artwork. Yeah, David.
Do you know that I would say they're in my top 5 bands of all time?
Oh my gosh, I told him that when they were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
They're fucking really incredible.
Yeah.
Should we do any ending thing, or are we
Yeah,
good?
let's do an outro.
Oh, I'm DJ Sharlese with John Vanderslice on KEXP.